What's up, guys? Welcome back to Classic Octane. I am Taylor. We're on the Barn to Brat project again today, working again on the battery box. The continuity of this video is going to jump around a little bit. I'm already done with what you will see in the video, but when I was editing, my microphone decided to have this hideous background noise, so I decided to just re-record this first clip and then jump you guys right back into what you're going to see. So basically what we're going to be doing is working on the battery box, like I said. We're going to be adding some little pieces on the end to kind of block off some openings that were in there that some of you guys responded in the comments and didn't really like. So we'll do some custom work there. I wanted to mention two things first. So one is the Hand-Built Motorcycle Show is here in Austin, Texas this weekend. I'm planning on going on Saturday. So the date on Saturday is the 21st, I believe, of April. If you're watching this after that, unfortunately the show's over. But those of you who live in Central Texas and are planning on going to that show, come and see me. I would love to meet you guys. I'm going to be there at noon on Saturday. I'm going to wear a Classic Octane shirt. If the weather permits, I'm going to take the Triumph down there so you guys would get an opportunity to see the Triumph in person. It's a possibility of rain, so if it does rain, I'm just going to take the truck. But ideally, I'd love to be able to take the Triumph down there and let you guys check it out. So, Hand-Built Show, if you're there, come and find me. Let's hang out. Let's check out some bikes. And I would love to get to meet any of you guys that happen to live here in Austin. Next thing I want to mention is the guys over at Tough Side reached out to me. So they liked that I was kind of pitching their seats a lot and mentioning them in all of my videos. Or at least, all of my CB550 builds, I've used this seat so far. So they actually reached out to me. They just came out with a new product that is matching grips. So it's the exact same fabric and exact same stitching as what I got on my seat. So they sent me out a pair of these for this particular build, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Right now we just have the kind of busted old black ones. So matching grips to go with our Tough Side seat are going to be awesome. So thanks very much to those guys. If you guys are interested in Tough Side seats, make sure to check out the grips as well. It's a relatively new product they just came out with, and I think it's going to look really good on this bike. So again, I apologize for having to jump back into the past right now, but let's go ahead and shoot you guys back over there and start to get to work on this battery box. Here's kind of what I'm looking at. Basically, I cut these little triangles out. I'm going to weld them right to the back of the box right here. That will take up the little space where the light was coming through, but still allow me access to the back for my bolts for the seat, or wing nuts I should say. So kind of works as twofold, and it does still allow me to get the seat out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out of metal, and then we will start to finish weld this box. Alright, I have the TIG welder all set up. I cut a piece of flat bar that I'm going to weld right across the top here in the front to act as our front mount. And then we'll see how this goes. I have not TIG welded in a couple of months. Since I built the Triumph was the last time. But I figured it's kind of like riding a bike, except for I know how to ride a bike. So that would be a difference. But yeah, let's see what happens. I wouldn't say I'm stacking dimes or anything, but if I'm not welding for a couple months, I'm not TIG welding for a couple of months, it's turned out pretty nice. Certainly better than the bird poop welds I expected to see. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually not even really having to use much filler metal at all. Luckily, because the fit up is pretty darn tight, so I'm able to kind of get a little puddle and keep the puddle going and merge both pieces, like I said, without using a whole heck of a lot of filler metal. So I'm gonna just keep on going with this, and this back gap is pretty big to fill around there, so I may have to bust out the MIG to do that for the angle piece. But for the rest of this, I'm just going to keep on going like I am, and bring you guys back when it's finished. We got the majority of it done. I think it turned out pretty good. So back had a little bit more gaps to fill, so got a little wonky in some places, but nothing a good grinder can't fix. So yeah, pretty happy with how it turned out. I still have the little triangles to weld on the back, but I want to grind down and totally clean up all of these welds first, then mount those on, weld those on, and grind it down, because they're supposed to match up right here, and obviously right now it's all you know, wobbly and not super straight and flat. So, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the grinder with a flap disc, hit these up. It should clean up pretty quick. And yeah, we'll move on to the little triangles and then we'll give it a test fit. Just hit the whole thing with 125 grit flap disc just to knock down all the corners, blend everything in. And so far I'm really happy with how it's turning out. So next step is going to be to get these little triangles we made up on the back of the box right here to you know, kind of block out that little triangle of light that was showing through. So I'm just going to clean these up a little bit, get them in position, and then run a weld down each side. After that, we need to... I'm still going to figure out some way to block off some of the front of this, maybe expanded metal, something like that. Honestly, I'm not going to worry about it just yet, but I do want to throw a little bit more weld on this mount as well. So let's get to work. Alrighty, got it all finished up. Got our little wings on the back. Slide in, slide those in. Oh yeah. Right about there. Sweet. So now, no more light coming in the back. Can't even really see those little winglets, we'll call them. Sweet. Sweet. So I'm going to get a drill bit and punch through these two holes, bolt it up nice and tight, and then I'll punch through the front two. Here we go. This is kind of the final product. Obviously still not painted. Obviously still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do up here. Honestly, before I have left them open. I don't really want to get a bunch of dirt in here, but I want airflow, so gotta kind of think that through. If you guys have any idea, I thought about like expanded metal, but with some kind of like filter, but it couldn't be too thick of a filter because it would block a lot of the airflow. So I'm gonna kind of look around online and see what I can find. I don't, like I said, really want to just close it off because it doesn't really give me any kind of flow, but we'll see here. Put this over. So I have two holes in the back, two holes on the stock mount in the front, and then it's kind of slotted underneath, so I have a little bit of kind of play to get it into place. Got the bolts in. I'll probably end up putting some kind of little spacer or something in there, but obviously, like I said, we're not totally done yet because we haven't painted it and we haven't figured out what we're, if anything, we're going to do to the front of it. But I think it looks pretty darn good. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be pretty happy that that little space in the back is gone now. So, sweet. I'm going to put some of the electronics in here so we can see how it'll fit. So it's obviously a big jumbled mess right now, but this is all the electronics that really have to fit in there. So I can have a nice mount for my new voltage regulator rectifier over here. Wire that comes out, plugs directly into this plug. Which I need to redo. So a lot of this wiring, I'm going to cut the factory looms off, and there's frayed wires, and I'm going to go in here and totally clean it all up, make sure it's all 100%. Again, I want to take this bike on some long rides and some adventure stuff, and I want to make sure that this is all gone through and kind of foolproof, and then we don't have you know, something like this wire right here, which is, you know, positive wire, I believe, on a voltage regulator that, you know, if this comes loose and shorts out, it could leave us stranded somewhere. So I'm going to go through, like I said, clean a lot of this up and get a little, you know, use the rubber mount maybe to put the starter solenoid in a nice clean spot and really try to organize it really well, build some kind of little, maybe, I don't know, small bungee cord or some kind of strap for the battery to keep that from moving around. So just little stuff like that, but again, all of the electronics do fit nicely with plenty of air and plenty of room for me to do some reorganization, like I said. New voltage regulator looks like it couldn't be easier to install. Like I said, that plug goes directly to a factory plug, and then these three go directly to this 3-prong plug right here. So 3 spades. Literally plug into the matching black, white, green, black, white, green. So literally 4 total connections. I'll probably also find a nice mount for my fuses, again, probably maybe on the side of the box, somewhere out of the way. Easily accessible, but you know, where nothing's going to bump into it and short out or anything like that. So I think we're making pretty darn good progress. I'll probably tackle all that at another time. It's not going to be anything interesting to watch, I assure you. And if there is anything that pops up, I'll make sure to kind of include it in the next video. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully you approve of the changes I made to the battery box and kind of how it came out. Let me know. I'm sure you guys will in the comments what you think. In the next video, let's see, I have an electronic ignition to install. I also have some dents in the side of my gas tank I want to try to get out. And I don't know, we're actually making pretty darn good progress. I need to order the tires. So I get those on the way. We are going to paint the wheels, but I'm going to wait till we do the tires so I can pull these tires off, paint the wheels, then put the new tires on. A lot of cleanup work still to do on the frame. So we still got a good amount of work, but we're making really, really solid progress with this bike. I'm really excited. I'm dying to get out and ride it, so we're going to keep on going. I want to throw a shout out to a channel that the guy's been following me for a while, and he always puts like encouraging comments and stuff in my videos. So I want to kind of return the favor and send you guys over to check out his channel. So his channel is Cafe Racer Garage, I believe. He's either in New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, Cafe Racer Garage. So I'll throw a link in the description. Go check out his channel. Show him some love. He's building up really fast. I think he's a little over 3,000 or 3,500 subscribers now. And he puts out some really good stuff. And he, like I said, put a nice comment on my video that actually gave me the encouragement to come back out here and get to work. So you have him to thank for this video. So go check him out. Make sure to check out my Instagram, all that kind of stuff, website for shirts and stickers, and I'll see you guys next week.